Hello, hi, and namaste. I am your regular host of Manconomics, Usha Sapkota here. This time I am with you motivation, performance, and pay. This is the first video on this topic, and maybe there will be two more video on the motivation, performance, and pay. Frederick Taylor popularized using the financial incentives, financial rewards paid to the workers whose productions exceed some predetermined standards in the late 280s or more than 200 years ago. As a supervisor at the Metal Steel Company, Taylor was concerned with what they call systematic solidering, the tendency of employees to produce at the minimum acceptable levels. Some workers had the energy to run home and work their houses after a 12-hour day. Taylor knew that if he could harness this energy at work, Midval could achieve huge productivity gains. Productivity is simply the ratio of outputs divided by inputs. The person with whom we work in an organization, every person is unique in their nature because the law of individual differences exists there. In fact, that the people different in personality, they may be the personality type A or personality type B. If you distinguish the in color personality, there may be the red personality, there may be the green personality, there may be the yellow or blue personalities, and one people can do the one work and where other can't do the same work in the same ratio, because individual abilities of doing works is different and values of individuals is different, which also depends upon their family background and their brought up environment, and individual needs also different. Somebody needs only money and others need the recognition and some egoistic need. Different people react to the different incentive in the different ways, so managers should be aware of the employees' need and fine tune between the incentive offered to meet their individual needs. Although money is not the only the motivator factor of the employee, because at some level of life money becomes the only the basic need. Once basic needs fulfilled, then we need other needs that will be more than money. Later on, we'll discuss on the Maslow hierarchy of theory, which is also known as need theory. This theory links the strategy, performance, and incentive pay, also known as need and motivation theory. Abraham Maslow developed the Maslow hierarchy of need theory. There are 5 incredibly higher level of needs. First is psychological need. Food, water, and sex are under this category. People do the job first to fulfill the psychological need. Then people move toward the security as a safe environment. They need the financial security and social security, and then they move towards a social relationship with others. They want to enjoy their social life, colleague, family, friend, reference group, peer groups, and they move towards a self-esteem. Sometimes some people may never reach to the self-esteem. It depends upon the nature of people. And another and final need is self-actualization needs, becoming the desire of self. If you are going for the any organization, let us consider as a bank, you are joining a JO, junior officer, and you may the inspire to achieve your self actualization need is when you become the CEO of the company. Lower the level of need must be satisfied before the higher level of needs can be addressed or become the interest to the individuals. Because without fulfilling the psychological and security needs, people could not even think about the self actualization need. Another theory is Harvard's hygienic motivator theory, where Harvard's hygiene divide the Maslow theory into the hygienic factor and motivator factor. Hygienic factor are the extrinsic job factor, whereas motivator factor are intrinsic job factor. Hygienic job factors are inadequate working condition, salary and incentive pay can cause the dissatisfaction and prevent satisfaction. And motivators factors are job enrichment, that may be the challenging on the job, feedback and recognition on the job, address the higher level achievement, self actualization need. The best way to motivate the someone is to organize the job so that doing it helps to satisfy the person's higher level needs. Another need and motivation theory by Edward D.K. Psychologist Edward D.K. work the highlights another potential downside to relying too heavily on extrinsic rewards. They may backfire. D.K. found that extrinsic reward could at times actually detract from the person's intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation that derives from the pleasure someone gets from doing the job or task. The point may be stated thusly: be courteous in devising incentive pay for the highly motivated employees, lest you inadvertently demand and detract from the desire they have to do the job out of the sense of responsibility. Intrinsic motivation behavior are motivated by the underlying the need of competence and self-determination, and that offers an extrinsic reward for the intrinsically motivated and can conflict with the acting individual's internal sense of responsibility. Some behaviors are best motivated by job challenge and recognition, others by financial reward. So reward motivation is combined of intrinsic as well as extrinsic motivation reward way. Next theory of motivation is instrumentality and reward, and this theory is expectancy theory and Victor Broom theory, also known as Victor Broom theory. In general, people won't pursue the reward they find unattractive or where odds of the success are very low. Psychologist Victor Worm expectancy motivation theory uses this common sense observation. He says a person motivation to exert some level of efforts depends on three things. First is expectancy, that efforts will lead to the performance. Second is instrumentality, the connection between performance and the appropriate reward. And third is balance, the value of the person place on the reward. Then motivation is multiplication of expectancy, multiplication of instrument, and multiplication of balance. First, if the employee doesn't expect that efforts will produce performance, no motivation will occur. So manager must ensure that their employees have the skills to do the job and believe they can do the job. Thus, training, job description, confidence building, and support and importance in using incentives. Second, Broom's theory suggests that employee must see the instrumentality of their efforts. They must believe that successful performance will in fact lead to the getting the reward. Managers can accomplish this, for instance, by creating to understand incentive plans. Third, the reward itself must be the value to the employees. Ideally, the manager should take into the account individual employee preference. If any factor of E, I or B is 0, then there is no motivation to work toward the reward. Thank you for listening us. And for this topic, two more video will be published in future. If you really like this video, do not forget to subscribe and share among your friends. Thank you, good luck, and happy Dasai.